We're back at the Broken Bronco Garage and we got all kinds of work to do today, folks. We got to fix the U13. That's right, the Roadster's here. Doesn't shift in second and third. Not sure why. Not an expert on that. We also need to work on the Coyote because you know, boss lady is not being very nice to me. Get to work. Whoosh, whoosh. You guys have noticed that. Got lots of work to do on the Coyote. Really like to squeeze in a few minutes to work on that bad boy, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that done today. Let's get to work right now. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Get your tools. Few updates, yes. Frame, we've made a ton of progress on. Differential's in, 2.5-inch wild horses, lift is in. All this is done. I need to put a new steering gearbox in. Coyote is waiting on the heads. I'm supposed to pick those up tomorrow. U13's here, doesn't shifty. I'm not gonna pretend like I know everything about Broncos. I know a lot, but not at all. I don't know why. Maybe it's the clutch, maybe it's the linkage on the 3-speed on the column, all of which I've never done on a 6-cylinder U13 Bronco, but I gotta get it done. There's absolutely no info online or videos. I watch videos too on how to make this work. I'm sure somebody knows that's a little older than me. Let's be honest, most of the Broncos I deal with end up with looking like this, maybe something like that with a 302 and a C4, or getting a Coyote in it. Rarely are they a straight 6-cylinder uncut U13, but this one's too special not to save. It needs to stay just like it is. It's a 66 Bud Body U13 with a 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column, and I am determined to keep it that way. I think I might have figured out the issue, so here's what I'm gonna start on first. Right there. You see that hole? This is in neutral currently. You should be able to stick a drill bit through there and align these when in neutral. I'm assuming when we reinstall this, we messed that up. So I'm gonna take the rods off. These are your shifter rods. On the transmission side, I'm going to adjust this one, which I believe is the second and third shift. This is first and reverse, until I can stick a 3/16 drill bit through here and align those. Then I'm gonna retest drive. But I think now that I talked myself through it with you folks, see, you guys are helping me. I'm gonna take it off of the transmission side first. Then I'm going to verify on the shifter that I can shift reverse first, second, and third without them binding. If that works, I think that's gonna tell me this is the issue and there's nothing going on with the clutch of the transmission. Let's try it. All right, guys, this is what I think is happening. I truly think this linkage is not lined up correctly. The levers on the transmission side, one is reverse and first, the other one is second and third, and they move freely on the transmission. I'm gonna test that on the column as soon as I jump off, but I do have the rods off. So let me flip this around and show you. Neutral. Neutral, gear. We're gonna test it on the column. If I'm honest with you guys, I'm having a hard time understanding if it's working correctly. That's reverse, that's first, that's second, and that's third. Everything here seems to be moving just fine. It's kind of hard to do this by yourself. Think I'm doing this right? We're gonna find out. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna set neutral by adjusting the rod lengths, put a 3/16 drill bit, I think that's the size through it. Then I'm gonna go down there, I know the transmission's in neutral, and I'm gonna adjust the guys so they're all back together and see what happens. Trying to do this with one hand, guys, but it's really clear to me if that locks it out in neutral or nowhere near aligned correctly on this side. You can see this rod's too long and this one is too short. You just adjust these by twisting those. So again, I have it locked out up there in neutral. I know the transmission's in neutral, so I'm gonna adjust these guys right here until they slide in here quickly, reassemble, test drive. Not gonna be able to show you guys that because I'm by myself, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So I ended up taking them both off. I'm gonna clean the threads up so they're easier to adjust, and I'm gonna paint them. This is not a restored Bronco by no stretch. My old man taught me something. He said, hey, if you're gonna work on something, let the next guy know you were there by making sure everything is clean. So I'm gonna get all the rust off of these, spray some black paint on them. It's gonna take me an extra 20 minutes. Put the drill bit back in, make sure we're neutral, hook these guys up, make the necessary adjustments, then we'll test it. We'll be back. For you guys, this is gonna take me like 2 seconds. For me, it's gonna take me about an hour. I got an extra set of hands. Boss lady got home. All right, guys, I got this together now. Think I figured it out. I'm gonna test drive it right now, but just to recap, come on over here, let me show you. I just pulled out my drill bit. This is a guide. You can see here, this is neutral. Everything is in neutral, nothing is binding up. On the transmission side, which I showed you earlier, you just adjust those till it fits in the hole at neutral. I'm gonna start it up and let's see if it shifts gears. Success! Sunday, the U13 is back on the road and running good. We just ordered a new glove box from our friends at Wild Horses. We'll throw that in as soon as it gets here. And Chris, this thing's coming back to you so you can enjoy it this summer. I do love this Bronco. Guys, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is absolutely my cup of tea. I know we just got done with the U13. Now we're on to this. Looks funny when it's sit next to that, but this is a 5.0 Coyote intake. Well, what am I doing with that? Boss lady wants her engine to be pretty. Plastic's not pretty. Did a bunch of research. We painted a bunch of plastic at work. I'm gonna use those techniques to paint this. Whoop, whoop, blue. After washing this thing several times, I am ready now. So step one, plastic adhesion promoter. We're gonna spray a couple coats on this, let it dry, then we're gonna start painting. Yes, I did scuff it up. One coat. All right, we got 2 coats on this. We're gonna let it dry now. Next step, we're gonna use the Dupa color up to 500 degrees. I've seen all the hate online when I posted this on my new TikTok that you guys think it's not gonna work. I don't see why it won't work. An intake manifold doesn't reach 500 degrees. You've been painting intake manifolds forever. Just because this is plastic, why can't I paint it? Shake this guy up while that's drying. We're gonna start putting some paint on it. It's gonna be pretty. Check out this intake manifold, guys. It looks amazing. But if you're a Coyote guy, tell me what you think. I like the blue. We just got a ton of work done in this shop today. But guess what? Mail came and we got a whole bunch more. So we thought, great way to end this video is to show you what we have upcoming. So let's open some boxes. Everybody gets excited when boxes come, right? First box. This is all stuff that I have to do because she keeps me very busy. But this one's actually for me. Doesn't really have much to do with the Broncos other than we have some upgrades happening to the Super Duty. So we can enjoy the Super Duty a little bit more when we're towing the old man to the trail. I'm super excited about this. This is the big dog, the big screen for my Super Duty. I spend a lot of time in that Super Duty going, finding parts, doing stuff. Now, I'm gonna have the big dog screen. Maybe we can watch Broken Bronco Garage while we're going down the road, or Bronco Adventures, or somebody else. Either way, this is going to be the new info, what do you call them? I don't know, screen, info screen in the Super Duty. I gotta get this installed. I might need help. There's a lot going on here. I ain't never done no radio stuff before, but I'm excited. For the Coyote, gotta get this guy out, painted blue, yep. But this is a brand new water pump for the Gen 1 Coyote going in Karen's Bronco build. Tool time, you know what these are? These are cam lockouts. I had to order these, honestly, ordered them from Amazon. Never done this before. This is new to me too, but we're gonna have a whole video on how to do timing chains on Coyotes because it's actually pretty easy now that I've done a lot of studying on it. More Coyote stuff. See how it says power by the hour? This is a beautiful, brand new timing cover. When you're doing an F-150 Coyote build, you have to put a Mustang, well, you don't have to, you can actually technically shave down the F-150 one, but I didn't. Ordered the new timing cover, FOMOCO on it, for the Coyote. I think this needs to get painted blue too. There's a lot of blue going on around here. Guess I kind of told a white lie, guys. I am excited about this too. If you don't know, I drive my F-100 almost every day of my life, and I am absolutely in love with this truck. I have been watching other people's YouTube videos about how to make it more comfortable to drive. It's hot, it's July. I got me some AC. So we're gonna go that 12 volt AC rack. If you don't know about it, it's kind of the thing right now in the hot rod world is to put a 12 volt AC compressor in your old hot rod. It's pretty simple. There's some upgrades though that I'm gonna do before because there's enough people who have done this before me that I know struggled with how much airflow they were getting. So I'm going to be upgrading to 600 CFM here. I have a bunch more stuff going on in here that I'm going to upgrade as far as the condenser and the fan that runs the condenser, but this is going to give us heat and AC in the F-100, and we don't have either right now. And I plan on driving that until snow starts flying. So important to have defroster and some heat, but most importantly, important to have some AC. In probably the next month, this is going to get installed in the F-100. I'm going to make a whole how-to video on how to do it. I don't know how to do it either. but I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna teach you guys. Because I actually think if this is done right, this could be a great upgrade to a Bronco as well. Heck, maybe the old man needs AC. Going down the trail, kick on the AC, that'd be awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. We got a ton of work done around the shop today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So many projects going on around here right now. It's keeping me very, very busy. It's 7 o'clock at night on a Sunday. I gotta work tomorrow. And you know what? Off camera, boss lady said, you better get that stuff painted blue. So I think I'm gonna jump on that and then I'm gonna go to bed. We'll see you guys next week. Hit that subscribe button.
Please like.
Please follow.
Please subscribe.
Did he really just say AC for the old man? No top, no doors. It wouldn't be cold in there, it would still be hot.